So here's the thing, most people think in the United States of America, you need to be a US citizen in order to start a business in the United States of America. Complete and utter myth, okay? I've done it, many others have done it, but I'm gonna give you the keys to the castle on how I did it and how to do it. Welcome to the channel. My name is Ben Kofi, aka Credit Kofi. I teach you guys the cool rules that they don't teach you at school so you can use the system and not let the system use you. So today we are going to get into how to start a business in the United States of America as a foreigner. Let's get it. So truth be told, you don't need to be a citizen. You don't need to have a green card in order to start a business in the United States of America. So as a foreigner, you can register an LLC, a corporation, and you can own it 100% and run it legally in the USA and have activity and have money flowing in, okay? Here's how. Choosing the right business structure. Now, if you pick the wrong business structure, basically what this can do is it can end up having you paying more tax or even doubling taxes than you need to. So foreigners like me, I shift backwards and forwards into the United States. I spend a lot of my time in the United Kingdom. You could probably tell from this accent. So there are two types of entities that individuals like me use. Number one is a limited liability company or an LLC. It allows you to be flexible. It's really, really simple to set up, and it's really easy to set up for small business owners online. Now the other form is a C Corp. Now this is often used when you're looking to vet out or seek out investors, okay? When you're looking for venture capital, okay? When you're looking to scale up, when you're looking to go big from the outset, or you may have come from the land of the LLC and you've gotten to a stage where you need venture capital and you want to scale up. So your choice between those two basically swings and sways. So for example, if you have an LLC, your paperwork and the paperwork that you submit is going to be completely different from a C Corp. Now usually with LLCs, the profile is usually the money flows through to that of the owner. Whereas if you're looking at a C Corp, okay, as the face of your company or the organizational structure of your company, corporate tax is a thing that you're going to have to think about. But having the face of a C Corp, it looks more attractive to investors. The secret power of the Secretary of State. So here's the truth. If you haven't registered with the Secretary of State, basically your business doesn't exist. It's basically a hobby. It's basically a side hustle in the United States of America. What does that mean? You need to register with the Secretary of State. Every business in the United States of America usually registers at state level, okay? Now, popular states for foreigners include the following. So the state of Delaware, investor-friendly, strong legal systems. Wyoming, low fees, privacy, and the rules are really, really simple. Nevada, tax benefits, and it's business-friendly also. So what are you gonna do next? You're gonna file your articles of organization for your LLC. Now, your articles for your incorporation for your C Corp with the Secretary of State. So either you're going to do it for your LLC or your C Corp, depending on which structure that you choose, okay? Now, you're going to register that with the Secretary of State. As I said before, that registration is your first official step. Getting your EIN number, your employer identification number. So your EIN number, you're making moves, you're making grooves, you're making movements. This basically is your 9-digit number, okay? Now, you can't open a bank account in the United States of America without this. You can't hire employees without it. You can't even file taxes without it, okay? It's like living in America without any form of an ID, okay, as far as your business is concerned anyway. So what is your EIN? If you're new to the game, no problem. Your EIN number is basically your business tax ID. Now, it's issued by the IRS. Now, foreigners can get an EIN even if they haven't got a social security number. Now, you'll need to apply for it using an SSS-4 form. Now, you can apply for this the old school way via fax. You can do it by email. You can phone the IRS also if you're living outside of the US. Now, once you've been approved, you're going to receive your official EIN confirmation letter, ITIN number, when you need a personal US tax ID. Now, here's the thing that a lot of people won't tell you. Your business may be ready, but personally, you don't necessarily exist to the IRS system, okay? Now, the reason why you're not going to exist until you get this number. If you're not eligible for social security number, and the likelihood is you're not going to be because you're a foreigner, and I was in that position when I was a foreigner, I still am a foreigner, but you know what I mean, you're going to need an ITIN number, which stands for Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. So basically what this is used for an individual in order to report your tax. Now, in order to get one, this is what you're going to need. Number one, you're going to need a file form, which is a W7 form. Number two, you're going to need to attach your US tax returns unless you qualify for exceptions, and in some cases you do, okay? So you're going to have to attach those. Number three, you're going to have to provide some form of identification. More than often, it's going to be your passport. Now, once you've been approved for all of that, the IRS is basically going to give you your ITIN number, so you can basically pay taxes, you can comply with any IRS rules, and in some cases, you can open up certain accounts. Opening a US business bank account and setting up your operations. So what I'm going to go over is the roadblock that basically blocks a lot of foreign businesses from forming a company, from getting an EIN number, and basically in a lot of cases they hit the wall because of the fact that they have no US bank account, and the US bank account is what is going to set this off, because this is how you're going to be able to run the plays that I'm going to tell you about that you can exploit on this channel in order to get funding. So in order to open up a US bank account, you're going to need the following. So you're going to need a passport, you're going to need company formation documents from the Secretary of State, of course. You're going to need an EIN confirmation letter, and sometimes, in some instances, you're going to need that ITIN number. Now, some banks, what they're going to do is they're going to require you to be physically present, okay? Fintech banks, for example, and international friendly banks sometimes allow you to do remote setups, but not always, okay? So take that into consideration. Now, after you've done all of your banking, and after you've done your US mailing address, your phone number, your website, you're going to need to do all of that stuff for credibility before you go and enter any bank or apply for any bank. So let's get into some frequently asked questions about setting up a company in the United States as a foreigner. So before you rush off, you've seen this video, you get all excited, you've got the information, and you go out there and start hitting brick walls by making mistakes. What I'm going to go over is some of the 5 biggest questions that I've been asked as a foreigner who set up a company in the United States of America. Here we go. So the first question is, excuse me, do you need to live in the United States to have a business in the United States? Now, obviously you've watched this video. The answer to that question is no. You can basically manage it from anywhere in the world. As I've said to you, I bounce into the States, I bounce out of the States. I've still got commitments in the United Kingdom. I film even some of this content in the United Kingdom, as well as filming it in the United States. So the answer to that question is a definitive no. Do I need a US partner? No, you do not need a US partner. You can own it 100%. And when I say partner, I don't mean girlfriend, I mean a US business partner. Does starting a business give you access to a green card? The answer is no. So don't get excited, all of you guys who are coming over and thinking the fact that you're going to get automatic access to residency in the United States of America. No, that does not mean that. So how much does it cost to start the actual process? Anything usually from $100 to $500 for your state registration, for your fees, for your registered agent, for your EIN number. But however, the EIN number is free. You get that directly from the IRS. So can you hire individuals in the United States of America? Yes, of course you can. But obviously you're going to have to follow US labor laws. And obviously you're going to have your EIN in place. Now, I take time out of my days in order to shoot all of this content for you to give you value. So please send it out to the world, to the universe, share it with people, help it permeate the universe, help to subscribe, help to like, help other people that need this information to get it. See ya.